Warning, this show may contain mature language and is not suitable for small children, pets, or blood elves.
You're now listening to the Epic Fail Podcast.
Party.
That's an interesting way to start a show, but you know, I already failed once, so here you go for me. Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty. Yes, that was an interesting way to start the show. If you weren't here for the pre-show, well, you don't get the reference. And greetings, everyone! Welcome to the last podcast you are going to have live for 2016. It is December 31st, the end of the end, because, as I will paraphrase Scarlett from pre-show, screw 2016. She said New Year's, but I'm just going to go the entire year. I am your pixelated host, Draven Dresden. Eventually, my internet will stop failing, and you'll have to put up with my actual picture. I'm not sure you want that to happen, but eventually it will happen. With me, as always, are the co-conductors. Up first, as per usual, since, you know, ladies first, all the way from the land of holy crap, that's a lot of snow. Scarlett, how are you doing? What have you been up to this week?
So it's interesting you introduced me as a lady, because...
Are you not?
I think I am, but
Okay. I haven't checked, so I don't know.
I had something interesting happen in game the other day. It was actually on Christmas. So on whatever it is, the 25th, when you go open your presents in the tree. So I went, on the 25th, I went to my friend's house here, and we played games all day. So I came home at night, it was like 10 p.m. And I went to Ironforge, and I opened all the Christmas things. And then I just AFK'd on Ironforge on one screen, and I was watching Doctor Who on another screen. And my LVUI goes AFK with the little, like, screensaver it has. So I tap my screen to, like, on AFK, and I see that someone had emoted on me. They had emote spit, and they had emote something about a pimp. And I was like, what the heck? So I whispered to the person, I'm like, you okay there, dude? And they're like, just saying, you're causing a little attention to yourself. You look like a hoe. And I was like, okay, so this is a game.
I thought you
Who
were
cares what my character is transmogged as? I'm also a demon hunter with tattoos, so it's a game. Like, relax. And they're all like, well, you must need validation in real life because you're dressed like a hoe. They used a different word, but I won't say it so you don't have to censor things. And then I'm like, wow, you're a dick. And they're like, get it right. I'm a bitch. And I'm like, okay, you need to chill out. And then she proceeded to call me like a whole bunch of names that I won't repeat, but including like the one that's really strong against girls, which people usually generally don't say, which I don't have a problem with in conversation, but calling someone that to their face is a little different. So I was like, okay, that was strange. So I just like stayed AFK in Ironforge because they muted me. So I was like, whatever. So I go back to watching Doctor Who. And then I go back and I realize like all their guildies are all around me, like from the same guild. And they're all like emoting on me and stuff. Not like anything rude. It was just like, and I was like, okay, this is stupid. So I got my friend from another server to come over, and I'm like, come and watch this. So then he came over, and I like emote pointed at that person because she had me muted, and I was like, that's the person who called me a hoe. Apparently that player started whispering my friend about how I was such a hoe and stuff. But anyways, I was like, what the heck? So yeah, that happened. They weren't trolling, they were seriously serious. And my friend said they sounded honestly like someone who is super insecure about themselves. So, like, I don't know. But, like, I wasn't even, like, standing on a mailbox dancing or anything. I was literally just AFK by the stupid Christmas tree, like, just watching Doctor Who. So, yeah. People are interesting at this time of year. So that happened. So anyways, what I say is, it's a game. My character can dress how she wants, or he wants, or it wants. Who cares? Yeah, pretty much, Alexander.
Yeah, it's a game, folks. If someone wants to dress that way in the game, who cares? If someone wants to dress that way in real life, who cares?
Exactly. Like, it's not like I don't know. Like, first of all, why bring like real life into a game? Second of all, who cares if somebody dresses like what you would consider inappropriate? Who cares? It's not hurting you. Like, it's not an issue. If you want to wear pajamas all day, wear pajamas all day. If you want to wear like a little itty bitty bikini, wear that. As long as it's not like harmful to someone in the sense that you're running around naked in a schoolyard or something, then it's fine. Like, just let people do their thing. Anyways,
Mommy,
I also
he
was
has bigger
sick.
boobies than you do.
That could be. But anyways, yeah, my week's been interesting. That was pretty much my whole WoW thing because I've been sick. So, yeah. How was your week? Was it, like, eventful like that?
No, my week has been mostly work and work, work and work. There was a little bit of work. There was a broken toe on Christmas Eve.
Ouch.
Yeah, that was fun. And I got to work right after doing it, too.
So did I. I worked 6 days. Well, I was supposed to work 6 days this week, but I lost my voice to the point that I was talking like this. So I couldn't go to work one of the days. But other than that, I was supposed to.
Yeah. And in the other direction from Scarlet, the man with the barking dogs. We have Theory, who has also been doing a lot of work, much like the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm just having a hard time tripping over the troll story. If you are still affected by this, then that was a pretty epic troll. So yeah.
I'm not. I think it's funny.
You're
I'm not
affected-
mad. I wasn't mad then. I thought it was funny. But like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense why you would even care.
So speaking of trolling, I'm gonna get lighter here because that's kind of a dark hallway. I don't want to walk down that hallway.
But no, it's fine if they push back the next release.
So speaking of trolling, Galv and I, who's in the chat, and hey, how you doing, Howland, have been attempting to troll our raid team over and over every week for the last several weeks, which started with someone saying, hey, can you still fall off the bridge, a few weeks ago in TOV, to which I immediately said, oh no, they put up walls on Tuesday. And 2 people dove off the side. And we're continuing to tell people that there's walls on the bridge. And we have gotten someone every raid except our last raid to fall for it and accidentally jump off the side of the bridge. So We used to do something called using the what is it called, the swapper, the something swapper, in order to get people to
Swap
fall.
blaster.
Yeah, swap blaster, to get people to drop through the bridge in the previous content raid, and that was a lot of fun. But now it is the TOV bridge. So Blizzard, I know it may be too late, but I hope that you've cooked up something we can use like that in Nighthold, because I have way too much fun trolling people doing that. And that kind of troll, I think, is more fun than one that makes you think for several days and then complain about how people are assholes later on. But my week, anyway, it was a good week. Rating was really good. Last night we worked on, for CTM, we worked on Mythic Odin. Got him down to 24%, which the fight ends at 10.5%. So we're getting really close, getting to the third phase. I'm not even going to say it, but somebody who usually doesn't die like ever and is an amazing, awesomely good raider. And no, I'm not talking about Holland, but another person in our raid died on like all of the first 10 attempts, and he was the first person to die, which was very funny for almost every one of us except for him. So it was a very entertaining night, and I did okay except for on one attempt, which I failed so hard on that one attempt. My computer decided to let me know how horrible a player I was and froze and completely crashed in the middle of the attempt. So that was good, because I don't even want to see the logs from that attempt, because I think I hit every single mechanic that you're supposed to not hit before the computer froze.
Did you get stunned by all the orbs?
Oh my god, I got hit by the freaking horn. I killed someone with the horn. I got stunned by orbs. I got knocked back by the I don't even know what they're called, but the swords that come up out of the floor. It was so bad. Like the horn, I had to bubble so I didn't die on the horn. So I used my bubble early, which obviously you want that for phase 3 if you get there. So it was rough, because the majority of the night, except for that poll, I actually did really, really well, and then that poll, it was just like fail after fail after fail, and then the computer just stopped and started making this noise, which was, oh my god, I couldn't reach over to the power button fast enough to try to shut it off. And it's been fine since then, but yeah, it was just rough. Like, everybody has that one fight or that one pull where it just seems like it doesn't matter what you do, you're just gonna fail so hard. And that was that pull. But other than that, the other teams are doing really good, clearing mythic content in CTM, clearing heroic content in the fire department, clearing almost all of the normal content. As a matter of fact, Chickens got down normal Helya this week without me because I had to work late. So congrats, Chickens. So pretty much all of the raid teams have done everything except for CTM, which is still working on TOV Mythic that they have on their goal list as far as this tier. So that's pretty damn awesome. So, other than that, I've had a pretty good week. So I don't want to continue to ramble on, but Draven, what do you got for this week?
Well, outside of the broken toe, which is all kinds of fun, let me tell you, because they can't do jack about it. If you go to the doctor, they will literally say, "Suck it up, Buttercup."
You can tape it to the toe next to it, and it doesn't hurt quite as much, but it still hurts. I've been there.
Yeah. Well, it's my left pinky toe.
Ouch.
Yeah, I tripped on something, and I ended up kicking a doorway, which, I don't know if you guys know this, there's no give there. It's just there. And if you kick it, your toe will break before the door will. So that was fun. Outside of that, I finally broke down and Steam got more of my money for a couple games. I spent a grand total of $20 for like 5 games because yay, sale.
You literally threw money at them, didn't you?
A little bit. But yeah, in terms of Blizzard games, rating has been sporadic due to real life stuff, including the broken toe. And then Wednesday this past, I had to duck out early because I promised to help somebody who I thought was going to start later than they did. And I'm like, hey, Siri, I forgot. I have to do this thing because I said I would. And, 2 minutes later, you have been removed from group. No, there was no, okay, no problem, or anything like that. Just, you are removed. So.
Well, you weren't the only person, in my defense, that needed to drop out early. And no, I did not care that she needed to drop out early. But yeah, I probably thought I already said no problem and just was wondering why you were still in the group. So
yeah, no, I wasn't mad. I
there
thought
was
it was funny.
There was 3 people who all needed to drop. So in my defense, I thought I told you okay and then removed you when you didn't leave the group.
Guess what?
It's not a problem.
Guess what?
You got another mount.
No.
Just now.
No, I'm not even in WoW. I totally forgot something awesome that I did. This wasn't this week, it was last week. Alessander sent me a link to a StarCraft tournament on Twitch, which I started watching, and she was watching, and it was in French, and it was hysterical, even though I don't speak French. And it was pretty funny to watch, actually. So we watched it, not together, but like we were commentating on like what was happening. She was explaining to me what was happening in StarCraft. And there's also a player with the name Scarlet who's a really good StarCraft player, and she's Canadian, so that's really cool. So shout out to Alessander, that was fun. Thank you.
Yay.
Pretty cool.
I got to catch a little of it because work, which has been my week.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously, all of us, if you were wondering, we didn't have a show last week because we're all in basically retail, kind of, and we've all been overworked. So we skipped last week because of the holidays.
You guys don't have something called Boxing Day.
No, unofficially, we don't have something called Boxing Day, but we have the same thing. It's just, there's not a name for it. It's the day after Christmas here.
Yeah, but it's like our Black Friday. People line up at... Okay, my sister sent me a text message at 6 o'clock in the morning that she was going to Walmart to stand outside to save $40 on some tablet. And then I told her that she was going the wrong direction. Well, not the wrong direction, but she needed to take an extra bus because she didn't know where it was. And it was by my house, so I know. And then she was like, screw that, and then didn't do it and spent $40 extra. However, people are nuts, but we also have American Black Friday, so I hate you guys because we now have 2 of those events in less than a month time, so it sucks.
We have it as well. It's just, it's the after Christmas sales. It's not like, it's not named. So like the day after Christmas, we had close to 100 people outside the front of our store, and we weren't running any special sales. It was just people who got gift cards and people who needed to do returns and exchanges and all kinds of craziness. So we have it here. It's just not named. I don't know why it's not named. Somebody should get on that. Call it Coca-Cola Return Your Shit Day. I don't know, but something
on the
like
good
that would
news, work. On the good news, because the holiday fell on a day that's normally my day off. On the bad news, it made me have to work 6 days this week. On the good news, I got double time and a half plus an extra paid day off, which I don't get to take till February. However, that is still almost like 3.5 times pay. So I'm okay with it, except for the entitled people that I work with. So they suck. But everything else is okay.
I got to deal with some of those yesterday and today. They're my favorite people.
Right?
In that I want to light you on fire kind of way.
Well, we could probably go on and talk about this for hours. So maybe we should go ahead and like get the show going here. This is going to be a little bit different episode. We're going to cover a couple of quick news things, and then we're going to kind of talk about a few things, as you can tell by the little graphic in the top right of your screen, that we liked from this year. So let's jump right into some Blizzard news. This is the Blizzard news you can use. So, there was this comic book that came out, and Draven,
little bit of controversy there.
little bit. Now, I gotta say, I haven't read this comic book, but I heard about it.
It's fairly short. It's actually pretty good. It's my second favorite, second only to the Junkrat one. But the big controversy involved Tracer, and the fact that, holy crap, she can take off that chest piece that centers her in time.
Is that the controversy? Because
No,
that
but
is not.
that should be the controversy.
Okay.
Okay, seriously, the controversy is she's into gingers,
Like the
the hair color. She likes redheads.
the one we know. That one up there. No. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
So
if there was that would be flattering because she's adorable.
I would
Alright,
agree.
so-
She's
I'm
adorable.
not quite the same ginger, so no.
all right. So in all seriousness, they made Tracer gay, or at least bi, and everyone's oh my god, and I'm just like, shut up. Who cares?
It shouldn't matter at all. It literally should not matter. I have a hard
it's a
time defending
fictional-
the opposite viewpoint of anyone that it does matter one way or the other. People should just
So
shut
kind of-
I don't understand why it would matter to anyone, but for some people it does. I don't get it. But here's my point of view on it. It's a fictional character. Diversity is almost never a bad thing. It's a fictional character, and you guys are upset. You never had a chance anyway because it's a fictional character.
It's the same reason why who the bleep cares what my in-game character is wearing. It does not change your life
I knew
a
that
bit.
was coming back.
No, but it's the same point. Like, it's a fictional thing in a fictional universe. It does not hurt you or benefit you. It's just a thing. It's like, that's a picture on my wall. Cool. That's a comic book character. Cool. That's a player character. Cool. End of story. There's no, like, pros, cons. It's just a thing. That's my viewpoint, anyways.
So, do you suppose that a lot of the people that have a problem with it are... I can only really imagine two types of people having a problem with it. One is guys who are completely infatuated with the way that she looks. Obviously, there's all kinds of crazy pictures of her butt all over the place. There's a huge controversy about her bum showing in her poses for victory poses and all that kind of stuff. Do you suppose it's people who had some kind of a weird connection to her character in a weird sexual way that now all of a sudden think that that's not the right kind of eye candy? Or do you suppose it's on the other side, like possibly people who want a strong female, quote unquote, normal character to be out there as kind of like a weird digital role model? Because to me, neither one of them is really defendable at all.
I don't know if it's more that than the fact that people are upset because it's choosing a side. That's a very hot topic right now in real life, maybe. And maybe it doesn't necessarily reflect their viewpoint on that side. So then they're like, oh, well, such and such company is caving to the demands that everything be this or that or politically correct. Or I think it's just people being upset at the general everything else. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
What I have found this year in particular, people just want to complain about anything that they can. And that whether that is, oh, this comic book fictional game character is gay or bi or whatever. Oh, whatever, this game didn't give me flying right off the bat. Shut up. There are things worth complaining about, and then there's this.
Like whether or not fictional characters in a game are sitting around AFK wearing no clothes. So, moving on, the next topic here is a little bit different. We are going to talk about the War Chief.
Kind of. Yeah. So, this is Zul Jin. He is the leader of the Amani, which I find funny. Is it Arma? No, it's the Amani. Amani, yeah. The Amani tribe, which is Zulaman and stuff like that. He is coming to Heroes. He looks really fun. His Ember Lord skin, which is the red one there on the screen, number 3, which, can't see it. But it's really cool. They got some other things coming, like I Dream of Chromie, which is Chromie dressed like I Dream of Genie, which is really funny. Yes.
That sounds amazing. I didn't even see that.
People are already complaining that they're sexualizing gnomes. Yeah, that was my reaction too. Shut up. It looks funny. But he's coming sometime early-ish next month. Probably the 10th. But the issue there is, isn't WoW likely to get a patch on the 10th?
3rd or the 10th?
Yeah, so...
I haven't said, but 10th seems more likely.
Yeah, it's kind of pushing things together, guys. They might push it an extra week and make it like the 17th, which I'd be okay with.
But that's Nighthold.
And that's when the raid.
That's Nighthold.
Yeah. So it's just all kinds of holy crap things are jammed close together. And I know you guys don't care about Heroes, so that moves us to the next thing.
I wasn't ready.
Ha ha ha. Diablo is invading every game in some fashion or another. In Heroes, it's already there. It is the Weekly Brawl, which is a new ARAM one-lane map. You do not get to pick your character. You will load in, and you get who you get. And so far, it's very one-sided. One team has the better draft and wins.
Wait, sorry, which game is that for?
Heroes.
Oh, okay.
They're taking all the Diablo and putting it in all of your games because they heard you like Diablo, so they put more Diablo.
I like Diablo.
In your Hearthstone and your.
In StarCraft, you're just getting a Diablo-themed worker portrait. Overwatch, just getting some sprays. I think these are free. I think everyone who logs in gets them. I don't think you have to buy them, but we don't really know. Hearthstone, the Tavern Brawl for at least one of the weeks is going to be Diablo themed. Obviously, Diablo is getting old school Diablo 1 with janky graphics and glitchy, animations and stuff like that is coming. There is no way to turn it off. It's only for that one area, but you have to play it the way they build it. There's no changing it. But the one that interests me the most, other than the Diablo one, because I'm going to play the crap out of that one, is it's coming to Warcraft also. Now, do you guys remember back in, I don't know if it was the alpha or the beta for Legion, where people were talking about the treasure demons?
No.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you think that they were literally throwing stuff in like that in preparation for the Diablo event and not telling anybody?
It's possible. I mean, that would make a lot of sense, actually. It's early, but I mean, if they had people that were ready to work on it, why not?
I wouldn't be surprised if they threw it in just for that, because we haven't seen the treasure demons since.
Nope. And I mean, they work on WoW stuff 2 years or so in advance, usually. year and a half, 2 years in advance. So
I don't
Yeah,
even know
why
what
not?
this treasure demon is. What is it?
Okay, so in Diablo, there's the treasure goblin. It's pretty much the same thing, only in Warcraft.
So where was it?
There was a bunch of them all over the place, and they were world boss level difficulty. I know there was one for sure in down near Gadgetzan, that zone. Daenerys had one.
That
I mean,
would
there
be
was
cool.
like 6 of them out there. And if you tried to solo it, you probably died. Unless you were really good at kiting.
So demon hunters can do it. Yay!
Demon hunters, some tanks.
I am a
pretty
tank.
good hunter. I might be able to do it with my Ret Paladin just by running and kiting him through the entire zone. But, so that'll be interesting. Like we said, we don't know how it's going to turn out. We don't have a whole lot of stuff. We do know some of the items. There's going to be a little toy that will play the Diablo theme as a guitar. So that'll be interesting. And, Tome of Town Portal, which I'm hoping is just like the portals in Diablo, where you can take them both ways.
Oh, that would be amazeballs.
Yeah,
That would
good.
be like insane.
Yeah, so that would be great. And could possibly be trolly, depending on how nice your party is, because you could always party with someone, put that portal on a ledge or just off the ledge, and when they take it, they fall to their death, because it's gonna happen.
So
Looking
that
forward
already
to
happens
seeing-
with Mage Portal Roulette.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't really happen too much anymore. The portals don't rotate like they used to.
Yeah,
That's true.
they should make a toy. Howland, I hope you're listening. They should make a toy for mages, only for mages, that is called Portal Roulette. And it makes a portal that has no marker when you hover over it, and you don't know where you're going until you click on it.
It
And
should
that-
be a toy
and-
for everybody, but only mages can use it.
You mean like
There's some
Well,
toys
then-
out there that are like specific to like engineers,
Oh, sure, yeah. Same,
but
same
everyone can see it.
Thing. But only
Everybody
mages
comes to
can
your
place
portal.
it. You got to be a mage to put one down. But you put it down, and it could say Portal Roulette or whatever, and you don't know where you're going until you click on it. That would be cool. Howland, make that happen.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they're gonna do something like a little mini instance for a cow level in WoW. They have not mentioned it. They have gone out of their way to say there is no cow level.
Well, if they put a
So-
cow level in WoW, they will not tell us. It will be something that somebody stumbles onto, just like the crazy world boss and all that stuff. They will not tell us if they do. I mean, they didn't want to say that real cow level was real for forever until
They
there
still
was proof.
deny it,
Right, but now there's proof.
despite the
it's-
fact that Diablo 2 we literally had a cow level.
Right. So they definitely won't tell us if they put one in, but they definitely should if they haven't done it already. But hell, they said that there's stuff out there that people haven't found yet. That could be one
you
of the
guys
things
should
people
go
haven't found
find
yet.
the you guys should go find the hippogriff.
That was
You
some,
could have another mount too.
that was some feedback, like feedback. That was good. Speaking of that hippogriff, your what's his name, Asmongold, stumbled onto one of those crystals the other day and made a raid of like 40 people to try to find the other 4 crystals. He already had them out, so literally he was just doing it for his viewers, which was kind of cool. And they found the thing in about 10 minutes, and one of the people got it. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, he did that this week.
You can, because you can still see them. I know on Twitter, some of the artists I find, they do that. Like they've gotten like 4 or 5 people their hippogriffs, and it probably would be easier in a group. But unless you wanted to party with me, I didn't really have a raid full of people, and I'm sure there would have been trolls who like take it for themselves. So
Yeah, surprisingly, that didn't seem to happen with Asmongold's group. They
pretty
as soon as
cool.
they found one, they were calling it out, and the person that found the 5th one first was the one that got it.
nice.
Yep. So,
That's cool.
and because of the way it makes the announcement I guess not region, but area wide, everybody knew that they got it. So it was pretty neat.
Yeah, it tells you
A
like a
breath
shout
rolls through the
when you get
wind
it.
or something. It's something
Yeah.
silly. Yeah. All right. So there is one other thing that's part of the Blizzard news. We can talk about that. Let's see. It is big old
We
Nerf
heard you
bat.
like nerfs. Yeah.
Big old Nerf bat.
We heard you like nerfs, so we're gonna nerf your nerf, so that hunters are now using nerf guns.
Yeah. So some of these nerfs are pretty substantial. Reduced damage to shatter by 25% on all difficulties. Reduced damage to Stormforged spears. Tank hit, 25% on all difficulties. But 25% of a one-shot, it's still pretty much a one-shot.
Pretty
Odin's health by 10%. To be perfectly honest, the problem with Phase 3 is staying alive long enough to kill him. 10% is really not that big of a nerf. Reduce Hershey and Heimdall's health by 20% on all difficulties. Yeah, you can almost kill them before they do their first special now. And in a really good group you can. Heimdall and Herja now once again leave the arena at 85% on heroic difficulty during stage 2. I don't know if that's actually working. I'm pretty sure when we went in after these took place that it was still 90. So we'll see. Warm, health reduced by 10% on all difficulties. That's a pretty big nerf. That's a good one.
That is a big nerf.
Yep. Reduced damage taken by headlong charge by 10% on all difficulties. Again, that's a one-shot. So 10% off a one-shot for most classes is still a one-shot. Does not affect trample. Reduced damage by flame lick on impact. On mythic difficulty by 5. To be honest, I haven't done it on mythic yet, so I don't even know how big of a nerf that is. Helya, reduce the health of Bowwater Slime. That's a huge nerf. Night Watch Mariner and Helya by 10%. Grime Lord by 15% on all difficulties. So that's a very big nerf. And reduce the number of Taint of the Sea debuffs applied to players on mythic difficulty by 1. Again, unless you've been doing that, you may not even know how many there are. Reduce the damage of Tainted Explosion on all difficulties. So that's a decent little nerf. But the big one is really the first line for Helya. But I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the nerfs helped my raid team. We've actually gotten Helya down twice now. It's both weeks since the nerf. We did use Vantus runes the first week, but we didn't need them this week. But we're like... We get Odin to phase 2, and then like middle through phase 2, he just kind of like kills us slowly. So we're working on heroic now.
So the problem with most people with Odin in heroic phase 2 is it's kind of an outlast game. Your DPS has to be able to keep up and be on the right targets, and as soon as you fall behind, you're not going to make it.
Our DPS,
So-
like, we're not dying to the mechanic where if the ads are still up, that other mechanic hits harder. I don't know the names of it. We're basically just dying to so-and-so dies, and so-and-so dies, then a healer dies, and then, like, just kind of like a slow death through that phase. But we're killing the ads and stuff. It's just, I don't know, we can't... I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. We just can't keep up.
Interesting. Well, I mean, that's also when all the balls are going all over the place. And a lot of people have talked about how they can't see the balls. They're getting hit by invisible balls, which I personally have never really had that come up in my game. Like, I've been hit because I've just not judged it right, didn't do it right. But I've never been stunned by one I didn't see. But apparently a lot of other people are getting hit by them without seeing them, which makes me wonder if it's just they're lagging, or maybe something's happening with those particular graphics where it's not showing them in the right place for some people. But
I can see them clearly on my potato of a computer, and I play with like 3 on the the graphics scale, out of 10, I play on 3 in raids, 5 in the world, but 3 in the raids. But yeah.
Howland says phase 2 is a healer check. If you're dying slowly, the healers aren't passing the check. Possible. And that's pretty much it for the TOV nerfs. Alessandro said something real quick though. Upcoming week, Nation Wars starts up again for StarCraft, which is another tournament. 8 remaining teams will be drawn, single elimination bracket, first round. We played online on January 8th. Cool, so maybe we can give some updates for that. Probably not next week, but the week after. So, look forward to that. We killed Heroic Odin for the second time this week. Last time we had a guest DPS, Lat, who used to be on the show for a couple episodes. And he is very, very good on his rogue. So it was an extra very good DPS that kind of put us over the line. But we still were able to kill it without him this week, yesterday. So was it yesterday? Wednesday, whenever it was. All the days are running together. But yeah, I don't necessarily know if that was the nerf helping. It probably was. But the nerf was in effect the week before too, so. Cool. So that pretty much brings us to the main part of the show. So first up, what we're going to do, we're going to take a look back at 2016 and Scarlet. What is your favorite thing? And Draven, you haven't said anything in a while, so you might be muted. But what is your favorite thing, or what type of clarification do you want to put on our favorites here, Draven?
I was muted, but that wasn't why I hadn't said anything. I hadn't said anything because you guys were talking, and I was letting you talk. In terms of any clarification, just in general, Blizzard stuff. What was your one of your favorite moments? What was is the release of Legion your favorite thing Blizzard did all year? That kind of thing. That's what I was meaning. What some of your favorite moments?
Okay, Scarlet, you're up.
So I like Demon Hunters. They're freaking cool. I really like I can't think of any names right now. The expansion they did on Hearthstone with Karazhan, the Return to Karazhan, except for the chess event, which I have not tried, so I still have not beaten yet. Stupid chess event. But I really do like overall, Legion is awesome, but Demon Hunters are like the freaking most amazing thing. I do like world quests. They don't feel like dailies. They are dailies under a new name, but they don't feel like dailies. They don't feel like going and gathering 20 quests and then, I don't know. I like that you can choose to do them or not do them and you're not really penalized. I haven't done any this week pretty much. And I'm still on, I got my third, I'm on trait number 38 on my weapon. And I like, because I always wanted to do challenge modes, but there was really no point because most people are like, I don't really care about the transmog. So, but I like the fact that we have Mythic Pluses because it's like challenge modes in a sense. It's a personal challenge yourself and your group. And I'm imagining by the time, I don't know what the actual thing is, but I'm assuming by the time you get to 8 or 9 Mythic Pluses, that's probably how challenge modes were leveled. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think 10 is a little higher than challenge modes, isn't it?
Well, it's probably 11 because 11 is where you get the third affix.
No, I thought that was on 10, wasn't it?
I could be wrong, but I thought it was 11.
I don't know.
Somebody will correct me. Iron will say it here in a second. But,
I think those are really cool to do. And even though I hate Mythic Pluses on some level, I really do. They stress me out. And I'm like all like freaking out. Oh my God, I'm doing things wrong. But I still really like them. And they feel a lot more rewarding. Yeah, those are pretty much my favorite things, I think.
So I'm going to paraphrase real quick. Scarlett's favorite thing is Legion.
Pretty much.
I would have to agree, echo pretty much everything you said, as far as Legion being my number one. Real quick side tangent. I have done Karazhan now, cleared it. We did die a couple of times, but it was because of some of the newer mechanics that were added. But it was a lot of fun. We did not do the Nightbane run. We were kind of halfway wanting to do it, but 4 out of the 5 people in the group had never been there before. So the fifth person didn't really push it, and I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing to try to push it either. So, but it was a lot of fun. But go ahead.
Well, I was going to say you overgear it now compared to when it came out, but it's not as bad as Draven makes it out to be, is it?
I didn't think so. No, I mean, some of the mechanics, you need to know the mechanics, but if you learn the mechanics, it's not that difficult. To make the timer, I think could be tricky, to try to be able to do Nightbane. And yes, I haven't done the Nightbane fight yet, so I'm not talking about that one specifically, which I've heard is more difficult. But a lot of people talked about how horrible difficult the last boss was, and we one-shot it with relative ease. I mean, I was reading the encounter guides as, right before we did them, so that probably helped. I didn't just, go in blind, but it was a lot of fun. And to be perfectly honest, the new version of the chess event is way better than the old version of the chess event. I much rather like the new one, and the parts that happen immediately afterwards, which whatever, it's been out, so I'm gonna spoil it, where you get shrunk down to be itty bitty and have to kill gigantic mana worms, which are really little small things, but you're just that small next to them. That is an amazingly good encounter design. Somebody deserves a raise for that. That was pretty sweet.
Did you notice when you shrink down what you land on top of?
A book.
Did you notice what books they are?
One of them looked like it was one of the Got Milk books.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's all the
sure.
steamy romance. It's all porn books, which is awesome.
Porn books.
Also, that's my new thing to do in Raid, by the way, is if we kill a boss or something that we're having issues with, I will make a steamy romance novel out of the steamy romance novel kit, and I will read it to the Raid team.
So,
Or one of my Raid team members has one too, and they give me them so that we find unique ones. But yeah, that's entertaining. You guys should join us in the Raid.
I don't really even know how to answer that. So let's just move on. Draven, what's your number one?
I know how you should answer that.
Do you have one of your books ready?
No, I how you would answer that, and that is that thing you showed me that you were gonna play.
So I'm trying to find it right now. So you can go ahead and talk about your number one while I'm trying to find it.
All right. My number one overall would probably be not the ARG itself, but just the reveal of Sombra at BlizzCon.
Good one.
Her hacking into BlizzCon, which was predictable to anyone with 3/4 of a brain, but
I think the fact that you totally called exactly how it was going to happen and when it was going to happen probably helps with your decision making on your placement.
Well, yeah, that I'm sure I'm a little biased on that one. Called it. But no, I love the fact that since she is a hacker, she hacked the Blizzard event.
Yeah.
And that was the reveal. The video itself was I don't know.
Well, it definitely wasn't as good as some of the other ones, but I do think it did a good job of explaining the character, don't you?
It gave the character that. It made Reaper look incompetent, and Widowmaker was, Widowmaker nowhere near the point and not helpful at all. So
Okay, I got to jump in for a second. Galv, a car didn't come out at launch. It was 7-1. Keep going.
well, he meant the launch of Kara, but yeah.
I get
But
it.
yeah, I
but
think
that
I
makes
think
it
that
sound
was
different.
my favorite thing overall. At least for this year. Yes, I love most of Legion, despite how little I'm actually playing of it. I think it's just a burnout feeling for me at the moment. But
You're not alone.
and-
A lot of people are talking about how amazing it is, but they're still feeling a little burnout.
Yeah, like,
Scott
I
Johnson
only-
and a couple of guys on his show said the same thing.
I mean, how many 110s do you have now, Theory? And normally I'd keep semi close to you.
7.
Yeah, I've still got my 2.
Well,
My mage is my next one at 103, I think.
I am definitely an altaholic. I admit to that, and part of it's because I get these little delusions of, hey, I'm gonna switch and play that as my main, and then I get it up there and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna go play that as my main. So that's why I level so many. And
Well,
then I get bored.
I kind of completely lost my must get him to 110 when they announced. I mean, I still want to get him to 110 for the story
Yeah.
and of the with the artifact weapons and the quest chains and all that. I still want to do that, but the urgency is gone now that I don't have to worry about it for February with the Valentine's Day event.
Yeah.
So I can now take my time with it and do it whenever I'm like, okay, I've got some time. I want to play WoW. I've got everything on my main that I can get right now outside of, completing Kara ever because I still haven't gone back.
Yeah.
You should do it.
And
It's really
in fact, I
fun.
haven't outside of Raid Night, I haven't done dungeons since before BlizzCon either. I just haven't. So I'm like way far behind on the Illidan quest chain. I think I have 5 pieces out of the 80. I just between internet issues, real life things, and just plain burnout, I'm getting in there. I'm doing the emissary quests, and on Raid Night, I'm doing Raid, and that's
Yeah.
really about it.
I wish that they'd drop from the raid bosses as well as the dungeon bosses. But I do think they're gonna nerf it somehow. But I feel you on that. I've definitely not done as many as I should have. I should be done with it, and I'm not done with it.
It's a great expansion so far. I really don't have any real complaints about the expansion itself. I'm just burnt out. And I don't know if that comes from just playing it so much at the very beginning, like more than I normally would. And it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those weird things where it's great, and I have fun when I do play it, even when I'm just doing the daily world quest thing. I don't know. It's just a weird situation.
So while we're talking about weird situations, we're gonna take a quick little break for something I want to show you guys because it's kind of a weird situation. But so Draven and Scarlet, if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and turn your sound up on the stream so you can hear this, and everybody else enjoy my embarrassment. Hello, friends. How are you? I'm fine. I'm coming to you to wish you a very happy holiday season. And I hope this time of year finds you with plenty of times for the ones you love, your fellow guildies, and your raid teams. But most of all, I come to you to talk about spreading a little love this holiday. Now, there are some out there that are in our guild that need a little something special. And that's mainly what I'm here to talk to you about. We can do something special just by showing them that we care. And here's a way that you can. Now, if you happen to have this book, a steamy romance novel, Got Milk, what I'm asking you today is send a copy over to Jake Daniels of the CTR Guild. Let's show Jake that we appreciate him and that we have love for him in our hearts. And let's make this a great holiday season and a fantastic year moving forward. Once again, this has been Gank Theory of the Epic Fail Podcast. And I do hope that you have a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye now. So, this was an idea that was kind of inspired by Habant, who is a Rep Paladin who also tanks on the Chickens team. So if you happen to watch our shows or listen to our shows and you're a member of the CTR Guild, or you just happen to play on Airy Peak, and you come across one of these books, please send it to Jake Daniels. Which leads me to my second favorite thing of 2016, which was kind of 2015, 2016 together. The Left Fish saga of sending all of your left fish to Darius.
Fish?
Or shark, whatever. Fish, shark, same thing. Left mammals. Not really. That was amazing. And the fact that I was literally sending him hundreds of them at a time, and he was trying to return them all, and I would just send them right back to him individually, hundreds at a time, was amazing.
Yeah,
So,
I almost feel bad about that because that came about with me online, and someone had just said something about bat guano, and I was like, yeah, we moved on from that. Now it's left shark or something. So
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of it, and it became a thing, and Cuddles got behind it. It became a bigger thing, and then other people got a hold of it. It became bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden he's getting thousands of these things in his mail, and I'm just like, I almost kind of feel bad, but at the same time,
Who cares? It was amazing. It's it's one of those things that just got completely out of control. Now, granted, the Got Milk book, you're not getting 2 of those every day from your garrison, so it's not like we're gonna just crazy fill up Jake Daniels' mailbox with these. But if we could at least get them, 20 or 30 of them coming from random people, that'd be pretty awesome.
So I have a question though. Why specifically Jake Daniels, aka the other person who used to tank with in Orkbusters, and why the Got Milk steamy romance novel?
So apparently, every week for the past several raid weeks, Habant has been giving Swayze, aka Jake Daniels, one of these books every week, just as a gag. Every week at the beginning of raid, he gives them one of these books. So he's taking a gag he was already doing, just for giggles, and we are expanding upon it. And then when he told me the idea, he's like, hey, could you think you could get everybody to try to send him the books? I was like, I could probably do that. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, I'm going to make a corny ass holiday thing. And that's where that came from. So, yeah. It's
That's
kind of
awesome.
embarrassing, but at the same time, I thought it kind of came out all right. So,
That's funny. I like it.
Scarlett, what's your number 2?
My number 2, what?
Favorite
thing?
thing? Yes, Beyond Legion.
Well, I said 3 before.
Well, they were all
What
Legion,
up?
though.
Overwatch. All of the Overwatch. All of the Diva buffs. And, guess who I played Overwatch with and it was awesome?
Who's that?
I played Overwatch with Destiny.
Oh, yeah, Dez has actually raided with us a few times recently. which
I
is
know.
great. Yeah.
Her and I, we went to the island of, I don't know what, it's the Hunter Island where you can farm mechanical pets and
Mhm.
stuff that insta-kills you. So we went there probably like 2 months ago, maybe month and a half ago, and had a hangout time. So I was in Overwatch the other day, and all of a sudden she's like spectating my game. I'm like, I didn't know you play. She's like, I bought it yesterday. I'm like, okay, let's play. So we queued for against the AI, and we won every game. It was really fun. We played like I don't know, maybe 3-4 games. But it was totally cool. So yes, my second favorite thing is Overwatch.
Okay. Draven, what's your second favorite?
Well, you were scheduled to go next, but
I kind of already gave mine before Scarlet. I went out of order.
Yeah.
My second was the Left Shark Saga.
Excuse me. Edit that out. My second favorite, you guys said Legion. Legion is cool. I like Legion. Sombra video. Honestly, I'm having a ton of fun with Heroes still, despite my solo rank. Getting in, doing some Team League every now and then is fun. But overall, I'm going to go with that boss fight at BlizzCon. And anyone who has watched it knows exactly which one I mean. They dropped 3 nukes on each other for that boss, because they knew whoever won that boss won the map. And that was one of the best played maps. And even though it was EU versus Korea, everyone started getting behind the EU team, and everyone afterwards was like, okay, this is cool, we like it. And they were even cheering the Korean team, Ballistics, whose mount is on sale, or was on sale at least. I don't know if it still is, and I bought it.
I totally heard that as mouth on sale, and I was like, what?
Mount. Yes. If they put a mouth mount on sale, that would be really weird, and it would go perfectly with Gingerbread Man Nazebo.
You would buy that as soon as it came out.
I would buy that
pretty much
Nazebo
would.
skin too. Just for that combination. No, but yeah, just a lot of the stuff HOTS in general. Ragnaros, I got level 10, that was cool within a week. So just, basically just heroes in general. Like a lot of the content coming out, I know Solid Jake's been doing stuff, Gillyweed's doing stuff. All the casters have been doing all kinds of stuff lately. And it's yes, Galv. Just that kind of thing in general.
Yeah, that would work.
All right. So what do you say? You want to do a third round? We can do a third round.
Yeah, we got time.
I think my third.
You guys know you did a fail, though.
Which one?
Well, it's Christmas time. And one of the best Christmas movies, you might disagree, but one of the best Christmas movies...
Die Hard.
No.
It's what he said.
Is
Nightmare
The
Before
Sound
Christmas?
of Music, and it has the song, My Favorite Things. So you really should be singing these favorite thing options, just saying.
Is that a Disney movie?
No.
Then Draven doesn't like it. He only likes Disney movies.
That's
You
incorrect.
don't know The Sound of Music?
I'm aware of it, but I've never watched it.
You guys need to go watch that.
I've seen the movie. I'm never going to sing it. Draven would sing it if it was a Disney movie.
No. I am, in general, not a fan of musicals, to the point where there's only 2 that I know of I'm actually okay with. One is Nightmare Before Christmas. The other is Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd I will give you, but it is The Sound of Music is much... how do you not know The Sound of Music?
Okay, I'm sorry, 3.
Seriously. I didn't
There's a
have
third,
a
Rocky
TV.
Horror.
I didn't
So-
have a TV when I was growing up. How do I know about The Sound of Music? And you guys who probably did have TVs do not know that movie.
I know it. Chim Chimney, Chim Chimney, Chim Chim Chiroo, but I'm not going to...
No, it's not.
No, nobody cares about that.
that's Mary
Nobody cares about
Poppins.
that. That's what I'm saying. That's how bad people don't care about that movie. And I don't know how that's even a Christmas movie, to be honest with you.
It's the best movie to watch at Christmas time.
I'm with Draven. It's Die Hard. I literally bought the digital copy of Die Hard so I
Die
can
Hard
watch
is a
it
good
twice on
movie.
Christmas.
But yes, thank you, Howland.
It is
It's
considered
still
a
a good
Christmas
movie.
movie.
It is still.
Oh,
Die-
wow.
Die Hard is considered a Christmas movie for anyone
I
who...
agree with Die Hard, but I also agree with The Sound of Music. Just
And
saying.
you are allowed to think that.
Yeah,
We don't have to
no.
agree. It's just not. It's not a movie I'm interested in. Like I said, there's three. I said two earlier, but there's three because I did add Rocky Horror because I remembered it's a musical too. Those are basically the three.
Thank you, Alessander. Alessander's with me. I'm going to go buddy up with Alessander. She's on my side.
So it may have been an ODB line, but it was actually a song from an entirely different movie that I was failing because of how horrible the movie that Charlotte's trying to make us sing is. And I still don't think it's really a Christmas movie.
And either way, it doesn't matter. Scarlett, sing number 3 this year that you really liked. And then we'll do one round of things we didn't really... Actually, no, well, let's switch that. We'll do the one thing each of something we thought could have been better from the year, Blizzard related. And then we'll go back and do the last thing that we really liked.
Do I really have to start first?
Okay.
It's always you first. You don't have to.
Okay, so
you're lady, so
number 3 would that could have been better would be Overwatch porn.
I'm not going to even ask. There are many ways we could take that, and I want to leave that up in the air. Pun intended?
How am I supposed
Siri,
to
how
follow
about
that?
you?
How am I supposed to follow that?
It doesn't matter.
You just have to go with
You
it.
just have to.
I wish the legendary system was more thought out in WoW than how it has ended up being.
Okay. That's a valid follow-up to Overwatch porn, I suppose.
I just blocked it out and kept going. I figured that was the best way to go.
Yeah. As for me, I mean, overall, there's very few complaints that aren't other people. So, in terms of games themselves, most of the systems work fine. I will agree with you, Theory. The legendary system needs a little bit of tweaking and probably thought out a little better. I still say Rep Halley should be the OP class, but that's, me being me. But overall, just other people need improving. They need to be better people. Stop complaining about crap that doesn't matter. I don't care that she's gay. I don't care that Scarlett's Tune dresses that way. It doesn't bother me. I'm not trying to, do her character. Or but that's not the point.
We should go to Goldshire and,
No.
hang out in the inn as a show.
I'm gonna have to put a no on that. I do know some people that would gladly take you up on that, and I will point you over to our left, where the Lagging Balls podcast.
I know. I was
their
thinking you should do a
episodes.
team up with them and just go hang out in Goldshire.
If
on
you
the
feel
side.
like it, you are more than You are more than welcome to go. You can even report back as long as you give us the censored version, which will basically be you sitting there saying nothing because I know what goes on over there. I've heard the tales.
I don't even know. I've never been.
Well, you wanted the Overwatch porn to be better, so I'm assuming you'll be just fine over there.
Okay, Draven, what's yours?
I just said mine. I just want people to stop being stupid and
So, okay.
better. It's not even game related, I know, but that's what I want. I want people to be better. So, back to what things we did like. And then we'll wrap up the show after that. Scarlett, last thing you did like. And if you give the same answer as before, it doesn't count.
I said everything. What else did I like?
There wasn't another thing that you liked?
All the mount collecting and the toys. I think the toys they're pretty awesome in Legion. The Steamy Romance Novel Kit is amazing and it makes new stories. Like there's stories that are not about Marcus, and then the stories that are about Marcus, and I don't know, just like it's like a little fun game. It's not so workish, even though there is a lot of work and it's a hard game. It still is really fun and cheery and light. So I like that. The cinematics were really good, Alessander. That is true. I will have to give it to that.
Okay, how about you, Theory?
So there's lots of little things that were really good this year. Cinematics is definitely one of them. Overwatch is, was a huge hit. I don't have enough time to play as much Overwatch as I would like to play because of how much I end up playing WoW. The things that I would say is a lot of things that were really, really positive were all tied to BlizzCon. And my highlight of BlizzCon is seeing a Pally tank in the arena tournament and finals for basically the first time ever. And all the people that were like, nah, you don't play tank in arena, and the Method guys, Method guys were able to bring that back. And what is his name? I think his name is Beans, was playing the Pally tank in it. And then some of the craziness that happened in the arena tournaments, including that, were the highlights for me for BlizzCon. Since I didn't go, watching it at home, it was amazing. And I am not a PvP person, and it's still the highlight of BlizzCon for me.
Okay. Speaking of BlizzCon, we need to start saving up now because I want all three of us there next year.
Already in progress.
Yay. As for me, last thing, you guys mentioned cinematics. I liked, while I didn't necessarily have the same effect on me, I liked the fact that in Legion, at least, it was showing that anyone could die at any time. Nobody was safe. And that's something that I think we've needed. Some of them were, I don't understand why we had to kill this person, and then we go to raid and we're just going to cure Cenarius, it's fine. We just had to kill a dragon who had the same thing. Why did we have to kill one and can cure the other? That was a little confusing. I still don't understand that one. But overall, just see it. I mean, and I really didn't like the fact that they killed Vol'jin before he did cool stuff. But just showing that don't get attached to anybody. And 2016 has done the same thing. Don't get attached to anyone. No one's safe.
Ouch.
Wow, did you really go there?
Yeah, I did. The light will R. Yeah, I was looking forward to Tyrion dying though, so I can't really say I was sad about that one because I've wanted his weapon for a while. But yeah, just the fact that nobody was safe, and someone gets into trouble, are they gonna die too? That was not knowing was really nice, as opposed to no one's gonna die. They're a major character, and this time it's like, no, they're a major character. They might die. I loved that. In the game, Galv, not in real life. There were
That is
2016 can go die in a fire. I will definitely be awake and watching the ball drop just so I can watch 2016 die.
Yeah, and that disagreement on that one from either of us, I don't think.
Yeah, and that will be our year in review. If you have any opinions that we didn't mention, we did mention most of Alessander, so feel free to mention more if you want. But don't say we didn't say what, you didn't say cinematic. We didn't mention the Bastion short specifically. Most of everybody liked it.
That is true.
But it was not my favorite out of all of them. It was decent, but
it was my favorite for Overwatch cinematics. But I mean, the cinematics teams have just been kicking ass in all the cinematics. The WoW cinematic for when they first go to the island was amazing, and then the later one was even better. So Cinemax seems completely crushed it this year. But yeah, if you guys have things that you really liked this year that you thought were highlights, and you want to leave them in the comments for the video or for the audio version of the podcast, please do so. Let's share some positive things. After such a crappy year of just one thing bad after another happening, especially at the end, let's see some positive stuff.
Yeah. To which I will say, I know it's not Blizzard related, but I know everyone probably feels sad for Carrie Fisher and her mom both dying within a day of each other.
Carrie Fisher died? What?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
I'm sorry. I had to say that.
Oh, don't worry. I made an even worse joke that same day in a streamer's chat, but they were okay with it because it was just bad joke after bad joke for, I don't know, 2.5 hours. And I wasn't the first one. And the opportunity to present itself, it was funny. It was in bad taste. And I said, this is horrible. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. Which made it worse. But, sometimes you just got to laugh to get past the, well, that sucked kind of thing. And a lot of 2016 has been, well, that sucked. But overall, Blizzard has done a really good job of keeping their stuff positive, even with the killing of most of their characters this year.
Well, it's not most, but yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah.
There was no Red Wedding.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen in 2016 as well?
Well, in the book, for the book, that was a few years ago. But anyway, we should probably get into shout-outs and stuff like that before we ramble on about something else that's not Blizzard related. So, Scarlett, have you shout-outs this week?
Yes. Shout out to Alessander for narrating French StarCraft. Shout out to Dez because that was fun to play Overwatch with Dez. And I'm going to shout out to a viewer that we have right now whose name is Narsty Hobbitsies, which I think that's hysterical. So, shout out to the Hobbits. So that's my shout outs for today. Like, people making me laugh. I like laughs. Laughs are fun.
Alrighty. Theory, how about you? Any shout outs?
I don't really have anything special today. You know what? I'm going to shout out all of the people who work in the service industry, especially retail service industry for the holidays. A lot of us are trying to finish up the rough part of it, and it can be pretty challenging to stay positive and continue to smile and do your job and try to make a good environment for your customers, for sure, especially when they're sometimes the ones that don't make it a good environment. But everybody that's dealing with that and going through it, I'm going to shout out you guys.
Alrighty then. As for me, my shout out is going to be kind of similar to Theories, except I'm just going to make it everybody who follows the rule of Wheaton. I'm going to paraphrase it. Don't be a jerk. You're allowed moments, such as Swap Blaster on the bridge and getting your raid mates to jump off. You're allowed moments. Don't abuse it. Often.
Often.
I just have to say about that, you have someone on my raid team now imitating that and trying to kill everybody, so you've succeeded.
Yes, that is the kind of trolling that is entertaining. I'm sorry, it's entertaining.
If
to
it's
his
the
credit,
kind of trolling that makes people laugh,
Yes, that's different,
it's cool.
and
If
not
it's
a
the kind of
nobody's
trolling that
mean-hearted
makes
way.
people want to log off and never come back, you have issues and you need to get that looked at.
nobody's fallen for it though, so there's that.
All right, with that, let's let you guys know how to contact us.
So at Epic Fail Podcast, we do love it when you contact us. So here's the ways that you can do that.
We are at www.epicfailpodcast.com. On Facebook, you can find us at /podcastepicfail. Twitter is at podcastepicfail. You can follow Draven at Draven Dresden on Twitter. You can follow Scarlet at Scarlet_CTR. And you can follow me, Theory, at Gank Theory, also on Twitter. Don't forget, you can find our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. We look forward to hearing from you. All right.
Do we have any last words before we call it a show?
Yes. That's my last word. Yes.
Okay, then.
No.
Maybe. All right, so then the last words of the show will be...
You know, the world could always use more heroes.